admin record. Okay, so you have to check backup related information. You have to check only on primary server. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
if you open primary server standard reports, it will show you backup information. When was the last backup, the last LSN numbers of the backup. Okay, so since how many minutes the backup job, okay, is running or ran. So all the things, what is the last backup file also you can see. So all the things
Yes,
you
sir.
can see on primary server. Copy job and restore job will be grayed out on primary
Yes, sir.
server standard reports.
Sir, it is in secondary, sir. Copy and restore job.
Correct. Okay. Copy restore job status you can see only in the secondary server. You are
Yes, sir.
asking about your setup or organization setup.
My setup, sir.
Your personal setup.
Yes,
Practice.
sir. Yes,
Then
sir.
if you properly configured log shipping, definitely it will show you. Okay, so you have to
I,
check backup information, backup related stuff and all, backup jobs information you have to check on primary. Copy and restore job standard reports you have to check in the secondary server. If you open secondary server standard reports, you don't see backup information. Simply that backup field will be grayed out. If you open
yes, sir.
primary server, you don't see copy restore job information. Those fields will be grayed out.
Okay. I tried many times, sir, but in previous versions, it will show, sir. In 2019, I can't show, sir.
Means it is grayed out, huh?
Yes, sir.
Might be. I don't think there is an issue with 2019, but again, I'll cross check. Okay, I'll update you. Why? Because if you are sure that log shipping is working fine, or if, even if it's not working, you can get it from the standard reports. That's what we have. Standard reports means it's a tool to monitor log shipping. If it's not working, it has to show. Okay. If it is not showing on
Okay,
the
sir.
primary means might be your log shipping is not configured properly. That might be one reason. I never seen these kind of issues on in 2019. I don't think it won't work in 2019 standard reports. It will work. Might be you haven't properly configured the log shipping causes the issue. That might be one reason.
2017, it shows, sir.
Hmm, that's we have to check. I'm not sure, but 90% there is no issue with 2019. Okay,
Okay, sir. One
2017 it is
second.
showing means see there are other reasons again. 2017 you might configure log shipping properly. Okay, 2019 you might miss something. Okay.
I tried many times, sir. That's why I'm asking, sir.
That's okay. That's okay. See, if we are okay, if you are very confident, even though you tried multiple times, if you are doing same mistake, it might cause the issue. Okay. So again, cross check it. I don't think there is an issue from 2019 side related to the log spring standard
I
reports, but I'll
I will
also
send you
cross
document also, sir. I will
definitely.
prepare one document.
Do you see any document related to that, or you prepared
No,
the
sir.
document?
I prepared the document, sir.
Okay, send it to me.
I will.
I'll verify it. I'll correct
Uh,
myself in case of any issue there.
okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Any other issues, guys, you want to discuss?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Japan, sir.
Actually, while doing the configuration of the log shipping mirroring,
Hmm.
always I got the second server going to power down. Why, sir?
Might be your sometimes what happened. We are not using the OS, OS which we are using. Okay, it was expired. The support is ended. So the 2012, right? You are using or 2016?
Yes, sir. 2012. Not
2012,
2012 R2, sir.
2012 R2. So if the support ended, sometimes servers will be rebooted automatically. Okay, so might be you can check once why it is causing the issue or at what intervals it is rebooting. Usually sometimes every 30 minutes it will be rebooted. Are you facing the same issue?
I am facing the
Yes,
same, sir. In 2019 also, sir.
yes, sir.
2019
2019 Windows Server.
2019 Windows Server we are not getting. See, 2016 2019 we don't get standard edition. We are getting a evaluation edition. Evaluation, that's for sure. Evaluation edition will reboot for every 30 minutes automatically.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Okay, so there is an issue, not issue. That is what the feature of Windows. Okay, they
Okay.
just that is a free edition, right? Free edition, you have to face these kind of issues. So 2016 evaluation edition, 2019 evaluation edition, It will be rebooted for every 30 minutes automatically. Okay.
Sir, one more thing, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Already you said this thing, sir, but I forgotten.
Okay, no problem.
For example, I am using the one free edition, sir.
Okay.
I am suddenly want to change into the that means either standard editions or
Mm-hmm.
enterprise edition.
Mm.
What we have to do, sir?
We have to upgrade.
Okay.
We have to migrate. Direct upgradation is there. You have to migrate the things. You have to take backup and this. You know, right? How to migrate. Okay. You have to create a new server. You want a standard edition. Just create a new server with a standard edition. Install SQL Server standard edition. Take the backup of the free edition databases and restore it into the standard edition. Okay, you have to move all the things, backups, logins, jobs, okay, linked servers, whatever objects are there, you have to move operators, all the alerts, all the things you have to move it manually. That is called migration. You have to do simply, you have to do migration from one edition to another edition, also migration from one version to another version, also migration, guys.
So need not to take the any permissions from them Windows.
You have to see, if it is a free edition, 99% free edition means that is a non-prod. For non-prod, no need to take any approvals, any downtime and
Yeah,
all.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Any other questions, guys? Right. Okay. So Tempdb contention, guys, there sometimes you will get this issue with the Tempdb. So let's discuss about this Tempdb. So Tempdb, as you know, Tempdb is a temporary database which will helps you to process your data. Whatever you're doing, the data processing and all will be done in Tempdb, guys. Okay. So Tempdb should have enough storage. If there is no enough storage in the Tempdb, definitely you will get performance issues. Sometimes you can't even connect to the SQL server also. If Tempdb is full, you cannot even connect to the SQL server. You will get different errors. You cannot even open session also. A session, you cannot even open the session also. If you are trying to open a new query window, it will throw you the error. While if your Tempdb is full, okay, if you are trying, guys, this is very important. While opening any session, if you got any error, very big error, that means there might be a chance of either CPU's resource utilization is very high, either CPU is very high, or memory is very high, or your tempdb is completely full. Okay, timed out issues. If you are getting timed out issues, for this all three might be reason, guys. Either CPU 90 or 100% is memory, 100% utilization, or what we can say, there is no free space in the tempdb. Okay, so these kind of issues, if you are opening any query window, if you are getting an error means, or timed out errors means, there either the server is in stopped state, or guys, your data drive or log drive or tempdb drive is completely full. In those scenarios, or utilization, resource utilization is very high, like CPU 100%, memory 100% is. So in those scenarios, usually, okay, you will get an error while opening query window, guys. That is one thing. Okay, so if there is no free space in the tempdb, guys, which will create lot of issues. Okay, so that is called tempdb contention. Tempdb contention means there is no free space on a tempdb, or lot of pressure on tempdb. Lot of transactions are running in the tempdb, called tempdb contention. Okay, so for tempdb contention, how to identify tempdb contention and all, you can verify the active sessions, guys, sp who is active. Okay, that is one thing. And second thing, make sure you have enough free space in the tempdb drives. Okay, tempdb data drives will be there, tempdb log drives will be there. So make sure you have enough drives in the tempdb drives, guys. Tempdb data files drives and log files drives. Okay, so the best practice for tempdb files, usually to overcome the tempdb contention, to overcome the pressure on tempdb, make sure you have multiple data files for tempdb, guys. Multiple data files is recommended for tempdb setting. I mean, like tempdb configuration. Tempdb configuration is very important, guys. If you go for SQL Server 2017, 2019 and all, during installation itself, you can configure the tempdb. Before 2017, you have to configure the tempdb after installation, guys. So if you have, again, how many tempdb data files you can create, guys? Again, it depends upon the number of CPU cores. Okay, if you have two cores, try to add two data files to your tempdb. You know how to add the files. Okay, go to the tempdb properties, click on add. So before adding the tempdb files, Check how many cores you have. So you have 2 cores, so make sure you have Tempdb, 2 Tempdb data files are there. If you have 4 cores, make sure you have 4 Tempdb data files are there. 6 cores, 6 Tempdb data files. 8 cores, 8 Tempdb data files. You should have multiple Tempdb data files. For other databases, it's your wish. You want extra data files or not, that's okay. But for Tempdb, you have to maintain multiple Tempdb data files, guys. The load is going to share between the data files. If you have only one data file, definitely you can experience Tempdb contention, means there will be lot of pressure on the Tempdb. Okay, so if you feel that enough Tempdb data files are not there as per the CPU cores, you can add the data files, guys. That is the best setting. Okay, make sure Tempdb is having multiple data files, enough data files when compared to the CPU cores. Again, before adding the Tempdb data files, make sure how many CPU cores are there and try to add that many Tempdb files. If possible, try to add extra also, no issue. Sometimes customers will ask, okay, so can you please add 2 more data files to my Tempdb? So if customer is asking, add it, no problem. But then you cannot argue with them. Maximum is, you can tell them, you can tell them that it's not like a condition that only that many files. Guys, we can create how many files, guys, for one database?
Three
We
to
can
seven six
add
seven, sir.
add that 3 to 767 data files we can add, right? So you
Yes,
can
sir.
add multiple data files to Tempdb, but the thing is, make sure how many cores are there, try to add that many data files. How many cores are there, try to add that many data files. Okay, if you feel you have 8 core but you have only 4 Tempdb data files, add 4 more Tempdb data files, no issues. 8 cores, 8 Tempdb data files are there, still users are asking, please add 2 more Tempdb data files. You can tell them, I can add you, no issues, but generally the recommended practice is depends upon the number of CPU cores. So we have 8 Tempdb data files, so I just added 8 Tempdb data files. We have 8 cores, so just I added 8 Tempdb data files. If you still more, if you still need more Tempdb data files, we are happy to add the Tempdb data files. Like that, if you just tell them, based on that they can take the decision. Okay, sometimes they might know this point, sometimes they might not. Okay, have an idea on this point, so that's why you have to tell them before adding the data files that more than 8 Tempdb data files. Usually 8 Tempdb data files will be there, guys. Even though you have 16 core CPU, generally 8 Tempdb data files will be there. Okay, don't think 16 core means 16 Tempdb data files. 32 cores means 32. The recommended value is 8, up to 8. If you have 2 cores, make sure 2 Tempdb data files. If you have 4 cores, 4 Tempdb data files, 8 cores, 8 Tempdb data files. Okay, so make sure you have enough data files when compared to the your CPU cores. That is one best recommended practice. Okay, so sometimes Tempdb is full, you have to shrink the Tempdb, guys. Tempdb will be full, you have to shrink the Tempdb. So how to shrink it? You know how to shrink it, but sometimes if any active transactions are there, okay, Tempdb won't be shrinked, guys. Okay, it won't shrink. If any currently there are no active transactions, but if any active transactions are there, you cannot shrink Tempdb unused space, guys. So for that, what you have to do, check what are the active transactions are there in the Tempdb. So you know if any active transactions are there, you can see since how many hours that those transactions are running using this column. Okay, DD, HH, MM, SS, SS means, okay, in days, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. Since 2 days, 5 hours, 26 minutes, 52 seconds, 900 milliseconds, this query is running. Like that, you can see. Might be if queries are running days. If queries are running hours, you can see 5 hours, 16 minutes, 32 seconds, like that you can see. So check any active transactions are there. Sometimes if active transactions are there, Tempdb files won't be shrinked, guys. So what we have to do, under login name, you can see which login is running these sessions. Ping them, tell them there is no free space in the Tempdb. We have to shrink it, but the shrinking is not allowing due to active transactions. And I see that you are running this transaction. Can I kill your transaction, or can you cancel? Is it possible to cancel the transaction from your side? If customer is okay, he will cancel the transaction. Or if customer is okay, no problem, chalo, you can kill the session, you can kill that active transaction session. Then you can shrink it, guys. Then if there is no free space in the Tempdb data files and log files. Okay, if there is no free space, usually don't do that, killing the sessions and all. No. When you have to do this, if there is no free space in the Tempdb data files, log files, if you got the alert, okay, that there is no free space in the Tempdb data files, or Tempdb data drive went into red color, log drive went into red color, in that case, you have to immediately take the action. Try to kill the active transactions and shrink it. Sometimes you will get the free space, sometimes you don't get this free space. Sometimes if 10 GB free space is there, if you shrink it, you will get only 2 GB free space. Okay, remaining 8 GB you won't get it. Again, keep shrinking and all. If that is not working, first thing is you have to check the active transactions. Okay. Second thing is try to shrink it. If shrink is not working, what you have to do, guys, you have to actually, okay, run these four commands, guys. These commands: dbcc free proc cache, dbcc free system cache, dbcc free session cache, dbcc drop clean buffers, and checkpoint. You have to run these four on tempdb, guys. On tempdb you have to run these four queries, five queries. Okay, free proc cache, free system cache, free session cache. Okay, you can run it. Still it is throwing error. Free system. There is a query, free system cache comma all, or free system cache. Okay, you can run that query. Here it will accept sometimes, so let me check it. You have to keep it in quotes. Okay, so free system cache, so like this you have to run it. Drop clean buffers, dbcc free session cache. Finally you have to run this checkpoint, guys. You can run all at a time, no issues. Okay, but it will take some time to execute. Now this is free, right? So there are no active transactions are running, so it was executed successfully. Sometimes it will take some time. Okay, so tasks, you know how to shrink it, shrink and files. So make sure how much free space is there, and as of now the files are very small size. Okay, so make sure how much free space is there and try to shrink the files, guys. So in this way you can shrink the files and also this is very important. Okay, so when, guys, when you have to run this, if there is no way, guys, this is very important. Don't think this is a best practice and all. Actually deleting, if you run these things, what happened, you know, guys, it will delete all the existing plans and all. If the plan is deleted from the optimizer, next time when you are running a query, first what it will do, guys, it will prepare a plan.
It will prepare a plan, sir.
Every time whenever you are running a query, select star from sys.sys processes, it will prepare a plan. Sir, where I can see the plan, that is called execution plan. Where I can see the execution plan, if you want to see the execution plan, okay, select this query. There are two plans: estimated execution plan, actual execution plan. This is where you can see include actual execution plan. This is estimated execution plan. Okay, if you click here, you can see the estimated execution plan, guys. Execution plan, go to execution plan tab. See here, this is the execution plan. Any query you can see, guys. For any query you can see how much execution plan is there for SP who is active. Okay, see here how much big execution plan is there. Lot of things it is going to do under SP who is active. Lot of things it is going to do. Okay, so this is how you have to check the execution plan, guys. Lot of things you can see here. Okay, so this is how you have to, this is the actual execution plan will be generated when you are running the query. I want to run this query, so before running the query, enable this actual execution plan and run this, execute the query. So you will get a third column called execution plan. Actual execution plan, okay, will help you while executing the query, guys. But imagine one insert query is there, you want to get a you want to see the execution plan, but insert query you cannot run whenever you want. So for that, what you can do, you have to go for estimated execution plan. Sir, is there any difference between both? Yes. Actual scenario is different, estimated is different, guys. I want to go from Bangalore to Hyderabad. I can estimate some expenses, but once I go to the Hyderabad, real-time expenses might be different, right? Right. So I thought like for hotel I just allocated 2000 rupees, but in 2000 budget there is no hotel. What I have to do? I have to go for 3000. So my estimation can be different when compared to the actual things. Okay, so estimated execution plan and actual execution plan, there might be some difference will be there. During execution, actual correct execution plan is actual execution plan. Estimated execution plan is just to get an idea, guys. This is how we can generate the execution plan. Sometimes they will ask you, hey, can you please tell me the execution plan, okay, or show me the execution plan and all. So this is how you can generate the execution plan, guys. Okay, so this is how you can generate the execution plan. You can save this plan. You can save plan execution, okay. And if you click on this, you will get a okay image kind of thing, and it will be saved, guys. If anyone is asking execution plan and all, you can do like this, okay. So this is how. And of course sometimes if the query is running slow and all, we'll also verify the execution plans, okay. So it is very important, guys. So in this way you have to, so the plan, I told you, right, plans, these plans will be deleted, guys, for every query, whether it is a small query, big query, sp underscore who to any query, guys. SQL server first will prepare different plans, guys. I told you, right, I want to go to, okay, Bangalore to Hyderabad. I can go in multiple ways. I can go by bicycle, I can go by bike, I can go by car, I can go by bus, I can go by flight, I can go by train. Different modes I can use. It depends upon my financial status. I can go by walk also. Depends upon my financial status, I can go. In the same way, depends upon the SQL Server resources. SQL Server will prepare a plan how to execute this query. Every time I cannot go by flight. Why? Because if I go by flight, of course it might take only 1 hour. The query will be executed quickly. But the thing is, it is expensive. I can go by train. No issues. There is nothing I can go in 1 hour and I can do something there. Nothing is there. No urgency for me. I'll enjoy my journey. I'll go by train. I'll take the ticket. Okay, night journey, or I'll go by bus night journey. So I'll enjoy the journey, and 8 hours it might take. That's fine. It's cost effective for me. There is no urgency for me. So it depends. It depends. So every query, okay, query cost will be there. So don't think SQL Server will always look into, okay. There are two plans, guys. One plan, as per one plan, the query is completed in 1 minute. As per the another plan, it is taking 5 minutes. Now tell me, optimizer will choose which plan, guys? 1 minute plan or 5 minutes plan? Tell me.
1 minute plan.
Tell me, guys. 1 minute plan or 5 minutes plan?
Good enough plans.
Okay, so you cannot say it will take 1 minute plan or 5 minutes plan. Just now I gave you an example, right? If I have an urgency, okay, I'll go by flight. If I don't want waste my time, I'll go by flight. But if I want to enjoy the journey, I'll go by bus, or I'll go by train, right? So 1 minute plan is good, but it is consuming all the resources. 5 minutes plan is okay, but it is consuming normal resources. Now tell me, now you know the context. Tell me which plan it is going to decide, or which plan it is going to execute. 1 minute or 5 minutes?
5 minutes, sir.
5 minutes. Why? Because if 1 minute plan is there, it is consuming all the resources, which is not allowing other processes to run, which will create a big issue. So don't think SQL Server will always choose the plans in terms of time. In terms of cost, it will choose the plan. Cost based optimization, CBO, cost based optimization. Cost means what? Cost means the same thing. How much time it will take, how many resources. Okay, same query executing in 1 minute but consuming all the resources. Same query executing in 5 minutes but consuming normal resources. It will prefer 5 minutes query only.
5 minutes.
5 minutes plan only it will prefer. So it will keep in mind all the things, guys, before selecting the plan. Once it was selected the plan, it will save that plan. Whenever next time you are running the same query, it will use the existing plan, guys. That's why for the first time query will generally take some time. to execute. But next time it won't take that much time. Why? Because plan is already prepared. For the first time, it will take time to prepare the plan. But next time, a plan is already prepared, so it will be executed quickly. So that's why if anyone saying query is running slow, execute once from your side, execute again from your side. You can see the difference. Why? Because first time it will take some time to execute the query. It will prepare a plan and then it will execute. And that it will prepare multiple plans for the first time and it will choose one best plan. This is the extra process which will take extra time, but next time it's already chooses one process, one plan. So next time it will blindly follows that plan. Okay, so that's why second time it will perform better, guys. Just 1 minute, I'll be back. Okay. Yeah. I'm back. Okay. Okay, guys. So it will prepare a plan. So that's why what happened if you just run these queries, what happened? It will delete all the existing plans. All the existing plans it will delete. Okay, so you have to make sure, guys, you have to make sure. Okay, if second time whenever any queries are running, why? Because all the existing plans are deleted. So next time it will take some time to create the plans and to execute, so you can expect some performance issues. Okay, so before deleting, this is the last option to delete, guys. Don't try to run this. Don't think these are the these you can run whenever you want. No, if you run these things, you have to you have to face some performance issues, guys. Why? Because it will delete all the existing plans. If it deletes all the existing plans, next time when it is running, it will take a lot of issues. I mean, like it will take some time to execute the queries again, to prepare the plan, to choose the plan, to execute the plan. It will take some time. So that's why you have to use this. Some organizations won't allow you to run these queries. Check with your colleagues whether we can run these queries or not. You can copy paste it in the document I just given you. It will be there in the document, guys. Okay, so it will be there. Just again keep it with you. Ask them, can I run these queries? Is that okay? Sometimes we'll allow, sometimes some organizations will allow, some organizations won't allow, guys. Okay, so before running the queries, check with your colleagues whether I can run this pre-proc cache and all. Okay, so based on that, you can execute these queries, guys, and then shrink it. Why? Because if you delete all the plans, Tempdb will become free. Then try to shrink it. Still, still it is. See, First try to shrink the Tempdb files. If it is not shrinking, check active transactions and kill the active transactions after approvals, then shrink it. If it is still not shrinking, you have to check with your colleagues whether I can run these commands or not. If they said okay, no problem, you can run it, they will ask you what it will do. It will delete all the plans and all. Is that okay? So you can proceed, no problem. Why? Because there is no free space. Your SQL server is going to down now. Critical situation. So if they are okay, then run these queries and then shrink it. Still, if it is not working, then what you have to do, you have to restart the SQL server. That is the final solution. That is the only final solution. When you restart the SQL server, what will happen, guys?
Tempdb again will
It will be
yeah,
created. A
start,
new
it
Tempdb will
will
be
be
created. Okay, so the free space will be released. So you will have enough free space and application will be up and running. If Tempdb is full, application will be down, guys. So make sure, okay, you are going to do all these things before doing, okay. What we can say, troubleshoot. This is called Tempdb contention, guys. Pressure on Tempdb. Okay, this is the best practice with the Tempdb, guys. Okay, fine. Are we good, guys? Okay, just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. If the meeting is disconnected, nothing to worry. I'll open again. Okay, don't worry, guys. Okay, done. Let's reconnect. Okay, it's showing 2 minutes, right? Let's reconnect.